Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Dr. Seuss. Is it possible that all of these enlightened figures are total scumbags? That's what we try to decide on Scumbags of History, where we pick through the dirty underwear pile of the lesser known facts about some of the famous people society has put on a pedestal. We are your hosts, confirmed scumbags, Brittany Schmitt.
I'm Mateen, Stewart.
We're comedians, not historians. We're probably going to get stuff wrong from time to time, so do not use us as a reference in your research paper.
Yeah, we might be wrong. It's okay.
We're going to be wrong. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
I'm talking about scumbags of history. Talking about these people suck ass. They were pieces of shit. They still pieces of shit. Scumbags of history. Scumbags of history.
Okay, today we are talking about Hot Daddy Steve Jobs.
Hot Daddy.
Hot Daddy.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to a real one. He revolutionized how we all interact with our phones and computers. In a good way? I don't know. But does making awesome technology we all use outweigh denying the existence of your daughter and making her and her mom live in poverty?
Wow, that's grade A scumbaggery.
That is some gnarly shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve Jobs, tell me what you know about him.
That he started Apple, which I love Apple. I'm an Apple guy.
I don't think anyone in the world doesn't love Apple.
There's some Android people that don't. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I feel
people,
like yeah, okay.
I
feel
think
like creative people.
Yeah, because we're in America. And
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
other places, but I mean, I was not an Apple guy, and then when I got my iPhone, I was like, where the fuck have this been all my life?
Yeah, I was a BlackBerry bitch.
I was a BlackBerry bitch too.
Did you have BBM?
Yeah, I had to be. What was it? BBM?
Yeah, BBM.
Yeah, your messenger.
There was a moment in time with BBM where you did all that hoe shit in the BBMs. Oh my god,
those were the days, man.
I think the best years of my life
was BBM days.
BBM days.
BBM Brits.
BBM days. I was talking to, I'm talking to that 26-year-old. I was talking to him the other day. I was like, remember the BBM days? And he's like, no, bitch,
No.
I was 8. I was like, oh man,
Yeah, I mean,
you are too young to talk to me.
Because BlackBerry, because I got a cell phone. I had I was like Nokia, and then I went from Nokia. And
Did you ever have the Razor?
I did have a Razor.
The Razor was sick.
I never
too.
had a Sidekick though.
Did you ever have the Crazer? Remember, it was like the skinny Razor.
No, I never had the Crazer.
Yeah.
That was like the skinny long one.
Yeah.
No, and then I went to the BlackBerry. And I was BlackBerry for a long time. And then I got an iPhone.
Yeah, it's crazy now because kids nowadays will just be iPhone. You know what I mean? There's no other.
Like they
phone.
bully people for having Samsungs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I bully my sister for having a Samsung. I'm like, why do our family chats have to be green?
yeah, it's so you get so judgmental. I remember back in the day when I was in my hoe phase, and like I would match with a girl, and then like if it came up green, I'd be like,
is this a Craigslist
I know,
phone number?
I was like, what is this? She goes, actually, it's a better phone. No. But yeah, I'm Team Apple.
You're
and,
like, what's poverty like?
I am, and what's poverty like? And yeah, I don't know.
Are you texting me from a bus stop?
Is this a payphone number?
Is this like a Google? Like, you know how on Google you can go make a fake phone number?
Yeah, that's what I always assume, that it's some crazy shit. But yeah, I don't know much about Steve Jobs other than
Did you know he was a deadbeat dad?
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
I didn't know. I don't, like I said.
So you didn't watch the movie Jobs?
I did not. Who played him?
Michael Fassbender? Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
Didn't they have like 6 movies that came out about?
Yeah, a lot of them. There's one that Ashton Kutcher played him, and that one was not very good. The one where Fassbender played him, I think that was a Sorkin film. And I think, can we look that up? Because I just remember it being very fast paced. And then that girl, what's her name? Cate Blanchett. Is that the girl from the Titanic?
That's Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. She was in like his assistant in it. It's fucking awesome, and everyone slept on it. Nobody watched that movie.
I have to watch that.
Yeah, it's
and it's called Steve Jobs.
Yeah, it's called
Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, told you.
Danny Boyle.
God, I love Sorkin. I just rewatched The Social Network the other day.
That was a great movie too.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Just the pacing
Kate
of
Winslet.
it.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender. Is Michael Fassbender the guy that played Magneto? Okay.
Yeah.
He's British. Yeah. So that's all I know. I know Steve Jobs started Apple.
So that is actually a really good movie to kind of unveil what a piece of shit he was.
So yeah, so
'Cause
listen to this
doesn't-
podcast.
Yeah.
And then go watch the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. So he was born in 1955 in San Francisco. His full name is Stephen Paul Jobs. He's the co-founder of Apple Computer. In 1998, he introduced the iMac. In 2001, Apple introduced iTunes, and later that year, the iPod. Do you remember the iPod?
Yeah.
Do you remember the iPod Shuffle?
Yeah, that revolutionized life.
Music.
Yeah.
It's crazy too that that's another thing that's like came and went so fast. Like those are now like in museums and like.
Yeah, and like my friend, he's kind of like neurotic about certain things. So he would buy different iPods from pawn stores, and he'd be like, "Oh, I like this one because this has music on." I'm like, "Dude, you can change the music on it," but his iPod, like from 2007, just died. He like was very sad about it. Like
That's wild.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me to find somebody with an iPod.
Yeah, I remember when so those came out 2001, 2002.
I don't remember.
So
2001.
The camp that I worked at, some of the kids had them, and those are like one of the first things that like would come up missing.
Of course, because
I
you
never-
were stealing them.
I never stole any iPods, but
I just remember
I found
had,
a couple.
I remember the music I even had on there. I remember it was like "Hate It or Love It" by 50 Cent, and like
I'm going to see him
"Do
on
Your
Wednesday.
Chain Hang Low." Isn't Jeremiah playing with him?
I don't know, maybe.
I think Jeremiah's on that tour.
So text him.
I will. I'm gonna be out of town,
Yeah.
but I'll text him.
Yeah,
I'll tell him,
I'll
what
talk
up,
to backstage.
daddy? Okay, that's the year I graduated high school. I remember people were getting that as like a graduation gift, and I was like, I didn't understand it. It took a while for us all to kind of.
Because before the iPhone, there was the iTouch, wasn't it? Yeah, so they had the iTouch, and then the iTouch, because I had an iTouch. I remember I got as a gift. You had the iTouch, and then the iTouch became the iPhone.
Okay, yeah. I just think people weren't used to like interacting with the screen in that way.
Yeah.
So it was like it took us all a minute because I was still very, like we said, like on the BlackBerry kick where I'm like, I want to feel. And the nice thing about the BlackBerry is you knew where the keys were, so you wouldn't even have to be looking at your
You
phone.
could just type.
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
could
big
just
type because tactile. I like the
Yeah.
tactile of it.
Yeah.
I would always lose that ball in the BlackBerry though.
Yeah. Well,
Always.
why? How?
It'll always like because it would come out and the ball would be like.
That never happened to me.
You've never lost. You never
No.
lost the BlackBerry ball.
No.
Ugh.
Okay, so this guy's crushing it. His string of inventions still basically define how most people use phones and computers. He did die in October 5th of 2011.
Of cancer.
Cancer.
Yeah.
I remember when he died and everyone was like, oh my God, Steve Jobs died. And I was like, who the fuck is Steve Jobs? I literally didn't even know. I was like, huh?
I knew of him and like.
I still didn't have an iPhone at that time.
Yeah, but I don't. Dude, he died in 2011. Wow.
Yeah, I remember I was
years
working at
after
Zambezi. I was working
Yeah.
at Kobe's ad agency and everybody was like, oh, and I was like, who? What?
Yeah.
Who cares? Okay, so here's what you don't know about Steve Jobs.
Yes, tell me.
He was raised by adopted parents in Cupertino, California.
Cupertino. That's the thing that always your iPhone always goes to as a default.
Cupertino, yeah. I wonder if this, like, him being such an overachiever was because he was adopted and he's
Never
like,
felt love.
nobody loves me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to create a phone that understands me.
So if you were adopted, would you want to know that you were adopted?
No,
No?
I don't think so. I think you find out eventually, but I don't
Yeah.
think I would want to know. I think that's like a real identity crisis.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah, like if you find out later, maybe you're more well equipped to deal with it, but like young, I think that would really fuck you up.
I mean, I think older it would fuck you up more because you have more.
I think it just fucks you. I think everyone's fucked up and it doesn't matter why. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, it's so, yeah.
No matter what
It's
the-
always amazing to me, like, people go through so much.
there's
Yeah.
people out here just having them by
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah. Just ding, ding, ding,
Just
ding.
oopsie baby. Oopsie baby.
Oh, oopsie baby.
Oopsie baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so he dropped out of college. He went to Reed College in Portland, Oregon.
Why everyone that drops out of college just ends up being
Or
like,
just don't go to college at all. Yeah. So he took a job as a video game designer for Atari in 1974, then saved up enough money to travel on a pilgrimage to India to experience Buddhism. Didn't seem to stop him from being a jerk to his daughter.
So Buddha. So he went to India as to like a pilgrimage.
Yeah, I guess he went to go like find himself, and then he got there, and he's
Study
like, "Turns out I'm an asshole."
study the works of Gandhi.
Yeah,
To be,
yeah.
how to be a scumbag.
Yeah.
That's why he learned. So he see, this is the thing. Like, he had like a natural ability to do that stuff. Because if you don't go to college and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna know how to program.
Well, he didn't know how to do anything. That's like, let's get into that.
Yeah.
Because he just was kind of a visionary and he used people very well.
Okay.
So he reconnected with his high school friend Steve Wozniak, who was already working for Hewlett-Packard. Wozniak told Jobs about his progress in creating a computer logic board. HP turned it down, and at Jobs' urging, Wozniak went into business with Jobs.
Okay.
So the Apple I, which is what they called the logic board, was built in the Jobs family garage with money from selling Jobs' Volkswagen minibus and Wozniak's programmable calculator. I don't know what that is. But Jobs' real visionary skill was understanding that personal computing would appeal to like the masses one day.
So he was the visionary.
Yeah, so he encouraged Wozniak. Wozniak was technically the visionary. Wozniak was the brains, and then Steve was the guy that was like, everyone's going to have a computer. At that time, you have to like remember, people didn't even know what a computer was.
So that's vision. He saw something.
Yeah.
Wozniak was the motor.
Yeah, he was.
And Steve was the driver.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he encouraged Wozniak to design an improved model, the Apple II, with the keyboard and a sleek molded plastic case that would enclose the unit. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
They looked sick. I remember they were like orange and like purple, and like if you saw one, you're like, what is that?
There's people that collect those now.
I would collect one. They're
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Jobs had long hair. He didn't dress like a businessman, but he still managed to get financing, distribution, and publicity for the company, which was incorporated in 1977, the same year the Apple II was finished. It was a big hit, and it was synonymous with the boom in personal computers. PCs, baby. So in 1981, the company had a record-setting public stock offering. In 1983, they hired John Scully, who was formerly the president of PepsiCo Inc., to be their CEO. The way Jobs got him to come on board was by saying, do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life?
Sugar water.
Honestly, yes, I do.
Pepsi.
Pepsi's
But you're not
disgusting. If it was
Pepsi.
Coke, yeah,
You're Coke.
I'd stay.
I'm Coke too.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, I'd be like, hey, can I get a Diet Coke? And they'll be like,
Is Pepsi,
Is Pepsi okay?
No,
No.
bitch. What? Yeah.
that's why I asked specifically for a Diet Coke.
No, not okay. Okay, Jobs was a big event marketing guy and would lead dramatic presentations of new technology. So that's like the rollouts that they have every year was like Jobs is like.
That was his baby. His
Yeah,
brainchild.
yeah.
They still do that. Like
They still do that.
Black turtleneck. This is what's
Tim
coming
Cook
out.
being
Yeah.
like, another one.
Tim Cook, yes.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, guys, what do we need?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
the iPhone 15. Oh, that's coming out. In
He's like, the
November.
camera is better.
It's called a keynote speech.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
I should know that.
Yeah, I watch it.
Because, yeah. You watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Bro.
Fucking nerd.
I am. I love.
All right.
Dude, I'm all in on Apple, bro.
Okay. But there were bumps in the road, like the early Macintosh computers or Macs, which had few software applications and didn't sell that well. Scully convinced the board to fire Steve Jobs in 1985.
So did they fire him
Yeah, they fired him.
from Apple?
Yeah. And then in 1986, Jobs acquired a controlling stake in Pixar. It was Pixar's public stock offering that made Jobs a billionaire. He sold Pixar to Disney in 2006. Didn't know that.
5 years. 5 years before he died, he sold. Yeah.
But before he died, no, this is 1986.
No,
He
you
died
said
in
2006. He sold Pixar.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
I didn't know Pixar. I didn't know he was a part of Pixar.
I didn't either. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Love Pixar. This makes me like him more.
What's-
Okay, so in 1997, Apple was in disarray and brought Jobs back in
1997.
1997. So he's
What the
gone
fuck?
from
So he was
85 to 97. He was canned.
12 years.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
You didn't know that?
No.
I did know that. Apple was in disarray, brought him back. In 1998, he introduced the iMac, a modestly priced, high fashion personal computer. Okay, so this is actually the one that would come in 5 different colors, not the other one.
yeah.
Sorry.
That was old school because you weren't alive.
Right.
Yeah, because the Apple II was like, I don't even think it had a case on it.
Okay,
It was just like a keyboard.
Yeah.
And then it was like a motherboard. Yeah.
Yeah, in 1997, I was 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that looks like shit. That's not what I was thinking about at all.
No, you're thinking about the colorful ones that we had.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the iMac. Yeah. By the end of that year, it was the nation's highest-selling personal computer. But in 2003, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Wah wah. Karma's a bitch.
You remember those commercials?
Huh?
Remember those commercials? It was I think it was Justin Long.
Yes,
I'm
the
a
Mac
Mac, and
versus
I'm a PC. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course I remember those commercials. He was iconic. I mean, I worked at the ad agency that did all those commercials. He underwent a procedure called the Whipple operation, where they take out part of your pancreas, gallbladder, duendum. I don't know what that word is. It's rough.
So he had pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer. He underwent an operation and then he went back to work because he was a maniac.
So pancreatic cancer has like a 97% mortality rate.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. It's a death sentence.
Whereas like prostate cancer is like, you can get that.
You can get it. But like, no matter what stage you get pancreatic cancer, the chances are you're going to
Pancreatic cancer is so deadly in large part because it's often caught at a very late stage. Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah. Because
he was storing some anger in his pancreas. Okay. So in 2008, Jobs lost a ton of weight, beginning a period of several years of speculation about his health and intermittently.
Oh, so he never let people know that he had.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he was being very sneaky. When Steve Jobs died, a viral post attributed a speech to him that was about disillusionment with wealth. It went something like this. In other eyes, my life is the essence of success, but aside from work, I have a little joy. And in the end, wealth is just a fact of life to which I am accustomed. The post claims Jobs said, at this moment, lying on the bed, sick and remembering all my life, I realize that all my recognition and wealth that I have is meaningless in the face of imminent death. It goes on to say, you can hire someone to drive your car for you, make money for you, but you cannot rent someone to carry the disease for you. One can find material things, but there is one thing that cannot be found when it is lost: life. Oof. Your true inner happiness does not come from the material things of this world. Whether you're flying first class or economy class, if the plane crashes, you crash with it.
God damn. He was having his come to Jesus moment.
When he's about to die,
yeah,
he's like, I just did all this shit.
And I'm going to die.
And my life
waste away.
Fucking meaningless.
Because I'm gone.
Yeah.
And when you're gone, you're fucking gone.
That's it.
That's it. You get, he said it doesn't matter if you fly first class or coach.
Wait, hang on, stop.
What?
It says Jobs didn't say anything like that. USA Today and Snopes fact checked it. His sister talked about Jobs' last words in her eulogy, so he didn't say that. Well, I feel like I just got duped all over.
Yeah, you just got jobbed.
Yeah, I just got jobbed. Somebody at his PR team wrote that. Okay, before embarking, he'd looked at his sister Patty. Then, wait, hang on. Before embarking, does that mean dying?
Before embarking on death.
Yeah, okay. Before embarking, he looked at his sister Patty, then for a long time at his children, then at his life partner Lorraine. And then over their shoulders and past them. She said Steve's final words were, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
That's a contrast to this fucking poem that you just wrote first.
What the fuck was
and
that?
then Snope was like,
I know, I'm like getting choked up.
I'm like, oh my God, Steve Jobs. He was like, oh wow. This is it.
Okay, no one who was close to Jobs has ever said the often circulated essay was ever written or said by Jobs, according to a fact check. Snopes found the speech didn't start circulating until 2015, 4 years after his death. The version being fact-checked in the article contains slightly different language than the one Snopes checked, but there are enough similarities that there is a clear thread between them. Okay, so they think it's false that he didn't say that. That's crazy. But here's the thing about Steve is he was a wildly creative guy. Like he was always super involved in all of the advertising. He was very involved in like writing and being a part of the creative process.
He was hands-on.
Very hands-on, very smart, very creative, very thoughtful. So if he had written something meaningful, that wouldn't surprise me. But I think maybe he put all of his meaningful words into the ads and sold phones.
And someone was like, here, he had to have said something meaningful. But,
this is, I mean,
if they were like, when he died, he said, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
Oh, but it's like, why would somebody?
And then he shut down.
Why would? And then you just hear the Apple noise turning on. So obviously Jobs was a hugely influential innovator in technology and marketing, but as great as he was with computers, he might have been equally shitty at personal relationships.
All right, here we go. This is the juice.
Here we go.
Let's hear why he's a scumbag.
Here's the tea. All right. So Steve Jobs' daughter, Lisa Brennan Jobs, wrote a book that included details of their relationships and his behavior. Jobs tried to deny he was Lisa's father until a DNA test proved that he was. Even then, it took a court order before he started paying child support.
So he had like
he had an illegitimate child.
Okay.
With a woman that I think he just met. I hate
that we say illegitimate, like it's like this.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't involved with the woman. He just like had a
He had
a baby mama kind of thing.
Yeah, he had a whole ass baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Steve's daughter said he rarely saw her when she was young, even after admitting that he was her dad. Okay, love that. And when he was avoiding paying child support, even after he started making money with Apple, Lisa and her mom were on welfare.
That's some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're so rich.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not like help him out?
Yeah. Just break them off.
Yeah. It's like, here's money to leave me alone.
Steve made sure that when he was forced to pay child support, the case against him was closed days before Apple went public and he became a multimillionaire.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this all happened before this shit hit the fan with money-wise.
I mean, he basically probably got it in right before he sold Apple so that he had to pay her less.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
Because it's all based on your money that you're making.
Right.
At the time.
But I think it adjusts. Like, I don't think you get to just go public with Apple and then like.
No, I think if you're making money, like say, I mean, they would have to redo it. Like maybe the mom could be like, he's making more money. But it's all dependent on like, and each state is different.
Right. Yeah. So Lisa said, until I was 2, my mother supplemented her welfare payments by cleaning houses and waitressing. My father didn't help. She found babysitting at a daycare center inside of a church run by the minister's wife, and for a few months we lived in a room in the house that my mother had found on a notice board meant for women considering adoption. Then, in 1980, the district attorney of San Mateo County, California, sued my father for child support payments. My father responded by denying my paternity, swearing in a deposition that he was sterile and naming another man that was the father.
I can't have kids. I'm sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know that as a man?
I don't know.
Like you don't.
Just been busting nuts and bitches all my life.
So when I moved here to LA, I was hard up for cash, and I went to go see if I could donate sperm, and they were like, I wasn't a good candidate because my boys didn't like the code. So
what?
And then there has to be like a survival rate of like 70%.
Right.
But I had like a mortality rate of like 80%. Like once they froze them, all my sperm was like, nah, we did. We don't like it. Yeah. So like
coming from Detroit, you think
I know
survive a winter.
I know, survive a winter. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, I thought I was gonna make some money, but then I'm glad I didn't.
You're like, are you just being racist?
I could have so many kids right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I donated eggs. I have 2 kids out there. So.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. There are people that really want to have babies, and I knew this girl. She was like, I want to have a baby. I want to be a mother, and she decided to do it on her own. And she went and got like a specimen and whatever. Yeah. And this girl, I was like, you only date black men, right? You're a white woman. You only date black men. Like, are you gonna get a black sperm? And she goes, no. And I go, whoa. I go, why? Are you racist? What's wrong? And she goes, no. I don't want anyone to think that a black man left his family. And I was like, okay, all right. I guess that's
stupid. She's racist.
No. Actually, it's kind of like, I think it's the opposite.
No, I mean, I think if your type is black men, why would you not want to have a black baby? If you're making it in a lab.
But she was just saying, she just wanted, that's difficult though. Like by yourself to like, I tell you, I said, you just don't want to comb no hair.
You don't want to learn how to braid.
I know you don't want to learn how to comb some hair. But yeah, she did that. She went and had her white baby.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Steve Jobs he didn't want his white baby.
Yeah, no, he sure didn't. So Lisa said, I was required to take a DNA test. The tests were new then, and when the results came back, they gave odds that were related as the highest the instruments could measure them at the time, 94.4%. The court required my father to cover welfare, back payments, child support payments of $385 a month, which he increased to $500, and medical insurance until I was 18. The case was finalized on December 8th, 1980, with my father's lawyers insistent to close. 4 days later, Apple went public, and overnight, my father was worth more than $200 million. So he was paying $500. What a piece of shit.
Well, here's the thing. He knew he was doing that. He didn't tell them. And he was like, hey, it's $385. You know what? I'll give you guys $500.
Yeah. So
they're thinking like, oh, wow, we give more money.
Right.
And then he's like, ha, 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 gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
His daughter went to live with him as a teenager, and he forbid her from seeing her mom for 6 months, even though her mom had only been the only stable parent figure in her life prior. After moving in with them, Brennan Jobs told him and her stepmother, Lorraine Powell Jobs,
his life partner.
that she felt lonely and asked that they tell her goodnight in the evenings. Instead of acknowledging her feelings and acceding to such a simple request, Powell Jobs apparently responded, "We're cold people."
We're cold people.
Yeah.
We don't say good night.
She's like, we don't say good night.
We're
Sorry.
cold
She's
people.
like, we don't sleep.
Oh my
They're
God.
lizard people.
They're the worst.
Jobs told his daughter she would get nothing from his wealth and refused to install heat in her bedroom. That's interesting. This guy is
bro.
weird.
What the fuck? That's weird. Wait, she can't have heat?
Yeah. Steve apparently got on Brennan Jobs for not spending more time with the family, telling her this isn't working out. You're not succeeding as a member of this family.
So, but she wanted to.
She wanted someone to say goodnight to her. Then you're like, this isn't working.
You're not spending enough time with us.
Yeah, the neighbors helped Lisa pay for her college education. So the Lisa computer, he denied it being named after his daughter. So he's not paying child support, but he's naming a computer after. It's like
What
a
a
strange
fucking
way to
dick,
show
dude.
love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Very manipulative.
But don't say goodnight to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so in her book, she said, Bono asked my father about the beginning of Apple. Did the team feel alive? Did they sense it was something big and that they were going to change the world? My father said it did feel that way as they were making Macintosh, and Bono said it was the same for him in the band, too. And wasn't it incredible that people in such disparate fields could have the same experience? Then Bono asked, so was the Lisa computer named after her? There was a pause. I braced myself, prepared for his answer. My father hesitated, looked down at his plate for a long moment, and then looked back at Bono, said, yeah, it was. He said, I sat up in my chair. I thought so. Bono said, yep, my father said. I studied my father's face. Why had it changed? Why had he admitted now after all these years? Of course it was named after me, I thought then. His lie seemed preposterous now. I felt a new power that pulled my chest up. That's the first time he said yes, I told Bono. Thank you for asking. As if famous people needed other famous people around to release their secrets.
I like how casually she's saying, yeah, Bono was at
Yeah.
my house.
Yeah. Bono was talking to my
Thank
dad.
you. I told Bono.
Yeah. Thank you, Bono. I honestly wouldn't know who Bono was if he punched me in the face. I have
Really?
no idea
You
who Bono.
do.
What's his name?
Bono.
I know, but full name.
I
Chaz?
I just don't know. That's Bono. No, Chaz Bono. That's
Chaz Bono.
Bono. That's Cher's son.
What's the difference?
Bono. That is Bono. He is.
Was Bono a
he's-
scumbag?
Yeah, his name is Paul David Henson.
Let's call him David.
Yeah.
Let's call him
Bono.
Paul.
They're part of a group called U2.
YouTube?
U2.
Oh.
And most people know U2 from
Oh, yeah, but
having
you got
their
the Apple
stuck on in your iTunes. Every time you turn on your fucking iMusic, it's the only album that you can't
first
delete.
thing
You
that
can't
starts
you can't delete, man. It comes back
What
like
the
fucking
fuck?
Michael
That is
Myers,
the
bro.
worst thing that
dude, that's
Steve Jobs
yes,
ever did to us.
Yes.
I
Dude,
mean, Lisa
yes,
thinks that
yeah.
she was abused.
That
We have
YouTube
been
album,
abused.
bro. It did not go away, man.
We have been abused.
So if you don't know Bono, you do know Bono. Fucking that album
yeah.
would not delete
If
from
you have
iTunes.
an iPhone,
Yes.
you know Bono.
Yeah, Bono.
Okay.
U2 and The Edge.
Lisa obviously could be biased. No shit. Her father denied that she was his. Okay, and Steve's wife and sister released a statement saying that the stuff in the book differs dramatically from our memories at those times.
Yeah. So that's his wife?
That's his wife.
Oh.
But Jobs was also cruel to his colleagues, according to Business Insider. Daniel Kottke was one of Apple's first employees. It seemed like he was friends with Jobs. They traveled around India together in 1974, but Jobs never gave him stock options. Bummer.
Sucks for you, buddy.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Rod Holt, Apple's VP of engineering, spoke to Jobs about this, saying, whatever you give him, I will match it. Steve allegedly said, okay, I'll give him 0.
That's hilarious.
Petty level 1,000. That's
double
fucking,
of 0 is 0,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Whatever you give him, I'll match it. Like, come on, man. You got to throw him a bone. He was like, I'll give him nothing.
Yeah. There are many instances of Jobs simply being rude, speaking in a rude way to people, employees, professional associates, etc. Like telling the iPod promo director, your commercials suck. The iPad is revolutionizing the world and we need something big. You've given me the small shit. That is nothing compared to what he really did. He was
Say what he did.
he was a tyrant. I mean, he just was. He was just a tyrant. I can't say too much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could you could talk shit about him.
No, I really can't. I mean, I worked at Media Arts Lab, which is Apple's agency of record.
Yeah,
so like the word on the street about him is like he was a monster, but a genius, and that's how they are. That's how they fucking
Most
are.
geniuses are monsters.
Yeah.
That's why they get to the top.
So Steve Jobs' biographer Walter Isaacson asked Steve Jobs' best friend John Ivy, and Johnny Ivy? I don't know. Okay. I once asked him why he gets so mad about stuff. He said, but I don't stay mad. He said this very childish ability to get really worked up about something, and it doesn't stay with him at all. But there are other times, I think honestly, when he's very frustrated, and the way to achieve catharsis is to hurt somebody. And I think he feels he has the liberty and license to do that. The normal rules of social engagement, he feels, don't apply to him.
So he has autism.
So the spectrum, the apple rainbow was
his
spectrum.
autism spectrum.
That was him telling everyone.
So for him to be like, okay, I can do what I want, but I don't stay mad. I mean, that's kind of a cop out though. Like, I guess he's just telling people to be a goldfish.
I think he's just kind of being like, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah, who's going to stop me?
Yeah, get fucked. I'm Steve Jobs.
Get fucked. I'm Steve Jobs. That should have been the name of the movie. Get fucked. I'm Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
God, I've worked with some really rude people in my life, and I feel like sometimes like people think like when you're at a certain power level, you feel like you can get away with some shit, but most people can.
Yeah.
If you're at like a higher level.
Yeah, I mean, he was untouchable.
Yeah, because there's no one to check you.
No.
Who's gonna check Steve Jobs?
No. And it created such an atmosphere of fear. And I remember even when I worked there, like he was gone, but the atmosphere of fear, like
his
that
aura.
whole agency just operated in this constant state of like, but what if they take the business away? It could all be gone. Like we should be so lucky to work on this. And everyone was scared and everyone would work around the clock. And it was just like,
fear is a great motivator.
yeah. Everyone there was scared. And I'm like, the guy's dead.
Yeah. He's not gonna come back.
Yeah.
He's not gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
If Steve Jobs came back, he wouldn't come back as a ghost. He would just come back as a computer virus.
One that could hack him
Yeah,
back.
hack him like. Yeah. I'm surprised there's not one out there already.
So a sampling of articles dedicated to this topic include headlines like "Be a Jerk: The Worst Lessons from Steve Jobs' Biography," and "Steve Jobs was a jerk. You shouldn't be."
Oh wow!
The writer of the
theme.
Yeah. The writer of the latter article says, as someone who has been personally yelled at by Steve Jobs because I didn't like the first version of the iPhone, the iPhoto enough, and followed his career since the very first Mac, let me assure you that bad behavior was only a part of Steve Jobs. He told a chip-making company that wasn't delivering on time that they were fucking dickless assholes.
Dickless assholes.
Dickless assholes. That's a good one.
That is a good one. You're a dickless asshole. So are you an asshole with no dick?
Yeah. Are you women?
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, it's pretty close. A dickless person with an asshole.
Okay, he recruited a Xerox employee to come work for him by saying, everything you've ever done in your life is shit, Jobs said, so why don't you come work for me? Great recruiting tactic. When his parents dropped him off at college, he did not say goodbye. Random fact.
Yeah, Steve Jobs?
Yeah, I mean, like, also, who the fuck said that? Like, how do you know that's true?
That goes by from, like, day to day. That can go through, like, you know, people like, he didn't say bye to his parents. That's how bad he is. Family.
So he fired a Pixar employee, and when they asked for 2 weeks' notice, he said, okay. He said, but the notice is retroactive from 2 weeks ago. I mean,
burn.
This guy is just a G.
You get burned. Can I get 2 weeks notice? Yeah. Retroactive 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He fired a team leader in front of the whole team. Jobs gathered the Mobile Me team in Apple's auditorium and asked, can anyone tell me what Mobile Me is supposed to do? When the team gave their answers, Jobs replied, then why the fuck doesn't it do that? Jobs then fired the Mobile Me boss on the spot. So listen, he's an asshole boss. He's a deadbeat dad, but he is a visionary and he changed the way we interact with technology. What do you give him on the scumbag score?
I don't know. I mean, he died of cancer, so I guess
God got him.
Somebody, yeah, like
he got fired retroactively.
Retroactively. I'm a little disappointed to find out that he was a Buddhist because, like, this is like the complete opposite of like enlightenment and Buddhist relations. And...
He wasn't a Buddhist. He just went on a pilgrimage. He explored it. And then maybe he was like, not for me.
Oh, okay.
You know
maybe he was
I mean?
like, this shit's not for me. But I mean, yeah, I've never gotten publicly fired. I've only got fired like once from a job.
You're focusing on all of the wrong things here.
I'm trying to think
what
how,
about
like,
the fact that he ignored the fact he had a daughter?
He ignored his daughter.
Gave her $500 a month and then became worth $200 million.
Yeah, I mean, that's as a dad, I'm a little disappointed in that because I don't know how you could like not deny her. But I also get like he's like if he didn't
as a white dad.
Yeah.
I guess really.
I guess
really
he didn't want to. I mean, maybe he didn't want to be. But once he found out that it is his, he should have gave her more money. Yeah, I don't know. I give him a little bit of a pass because, you know, Apple wouldn't be what Apple has become if it wasn't for him. So I think a lot of that had to do with how he was as a person and his motivation and drive as being an adoptive kid. I'm gonna go 68.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good outweigh the bad. I feel like Apple changed the world.
Yeah.
Like we all have
but
it.
like for the better?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
I don't know.
We have more technology in our fucking phone.
Do you know how much nicer it would be if we were just
I know, but we
farming
yes,
and like
we
not
can't.
staring at our screens. Everyone is clinically depressed.
No,
we
not
all want to
everyone.
blow our fucking brains out. Just me.
She's looking into a mirror right now.
Everyone's sad. Do you ever get on your phone and get happy?
Yes.
No, you don't.
But I say this to people, just because everyone always gets down, like, oh, you're on your phone all the time, you're doing this. But if it wasn't our phone, like when we didn't have phones, like you look at pictures when people are on a bus.
You would read a book.
No, but it's still like.
You would have more information.
People would still not. I mean, we can look up anything we want on our phones right now. I can look up anything I want from my, like instant gratification.
Yeah, you used to have to learn things and remember them.
Yeah, well, no, yes, I guess
not anymore.
You don't. I mean, it has definitely changed the world. All his stuff.
Okay, fine. 68.
I go 68.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go really close to you. I'm gonna say 70 because I agree that he was revolutionary and he was an asshole, but everyone's an asshole. So yeah, does the good outweigh the bad? Yeah, I think. The good outweighs bad.
And
he came around. I wonder if Lisa inherited anything when he died, because he said you're never going to get any of my money. I wonder if
I'm
she
pretty
got
sure
any.
she got something.
Why do you say that?
Because she was there when he died.
He seems pretty. What if he was like such a stickler?
Yeah, like
just gave it all
wow,
to Lorraine.
oh wow,
yeah,
oh wow,
oh wow, oh wow,
oh wow.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Steve Jobs. You fucking piece of shit.
Okay.
I love the phone though. Boom. I love the phone. I love my phone.
Okay, so for our fans out there, do you think a rude, demanding boss can bring out the best in you? Like, do you think? Because you know what? I worked at that agency. I was the head of recruitment there for a while. In 2 years, I hired 200 people. I don't think under any other situation you put me in that kind of pressure cooker. It really does bring something out in you because you're so scared.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in a. I mean, and I guess it depends on the checks and balances of like what you're doing and like, because I haven't really been in a job where like I can get fired like that.
Okay, well, we weren't asking you. We were asking.
I'm just.
We were asking our fans.
I'm answering the question. I mean, I guess fear. Like I said, fear is a great motivator.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, like that's
it can
why
scare the shit out of you. Yeah,
that's why I didn't do shit in college.
Yeah,
because I was afraid of my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was afraid of like her finding out that I was like drinking or doing drugs. Or
you didn't do any of that in college?
No,
you
none of
fucking
that.
Pussy.
I am. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I make up for it now.
Oh, okay. No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Whatever.
No, you don't. Okay. All right. That's the show for today.
Everybody doesn't live a rock star lifestyle when they're fucking by the time they're 25 like you.
Okay, that's the show for today. If you're enjoying Scumbags of History, prove you are not a scumbag and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Apple,
yeah.
Or anywhere you're listening. And subscribe now for future episodes. I am Brittany Schmitt.
And I'm Mateen Stewart.
See you next week.
You scumbags.